Digital positioning is the strategic way that you shape people's perception of your brand online. And in this day and age, you have to have a digital presence. If you have a business, if you have a brand, you need to have a digital presence. Um, think about it from a user's perspective. If you wanted to get a haircut today, how are you going to find a hairstylist? Pretending that you don't have one already. How are you going to find someone? You're probably going to go to the internet and you're going to search hairstylist near me. And you're going to start clicking on what comes up. And you're going to be judging who you pick based on what you see, based on what you read, based on what is you can easily find on the internet about this business. So the next time that you're actually doing this, pay attention to what is influencing your decision making. Pay attention to what is most important to you, like what you want to see. Like if we're looking up hairstylists or we're looking up Chinese restaurants, how much are you going to make your decision based on the photos or based on the reviews or based on their website or based on their social media? Like, what is it that you look at and how do you make that decision for yourself? Because that's what people are doing about your business and your brand whenever they're looking for it or whenever they land on it. When someone's digital presence looks crappy or out of date or inconsistent or confusing, people are not going to take the time to figure it out. People's attention spans are short. They are going to move on to the next thing. So a lot of digital marketing and digital branding, you have to think about, how do I earn someone's attention? How do I earn someone's attention? Everything you do has to buy you a few more seconds of their attention. So digital positioning is as simple as, like, is your website loading fast enough? Is the handle for your Instagram something they can remember and like look up quickly? I was giving a free consult to someone one day whose Instagram and website handle was like this really weird shortened version of the long business name. And the way they shortened it didn't make any sense. And it didn't create a word. And visually it was very chaotic. And so that was my first advice to this person. I was like, yo, you need to change your handle. Like, it would be better to have the long 3 words of your business, because at least people can remember those 3 words and spell them out. I was like, the way you have it now, even if I wanted to look up your account, I don't know what the fuck this handle is. Like, especially with me where I think I might have borderline like dyslexia, like I'm just switching up I'm just like, I can't type this and I'm going to just give up on this fucking business. They did not take my advice. They still have that horrible handle. And for the life of me, I've wanted to ask them, like, is your digital marketing still as shitty as you said it was? Because like, that is such a glaring, like, fix that and you'll probably have a fucking 10% increase of people returning, literally. So yeah, digital positioning. Can they find you? When they do find you, what do they see? And how are they going to make their judgments and decisions off of that? And judgments and decisions, like, those aren't bad words. That's not a bad thing. That's what we want people to do. Like, these are our digital storefronts. and we want to attract and detract people from them. Okay, I see comments coming up, so I'm going to look at them real quick. If you're here, drop any questions you have that you want me to channel on once I finish my little riff on digital positioning. Hey, Melina. Okay, so she asked a question. I'm going to save it for the end. She said, people remember words, not symbols or shortened words. Yes. You always want to think about the customer's experience, the user's experience. What is going to be easy for them? What is the easiest thing for someone to remember? What is an easy way for them to find you and remember you? And I think that that's very kind, honestly. I think it's a service to make yourself as easily memorable and digestible as possible. That's just for like the first impressions. Obviously, your whole brand doesn't have to be like that. I'm just saying, like, layer one. Like if we go with my house metaphor, my house analogy for branding, the storefront is your digital presence. So it's like, what do we put on the storefront? If you had a real brick and mortar, how would you be decorating that place so when people walk by, they can recognize if that's a place for them or not? What colors would you use? What words would be there? What kind of signage? What kind of decor? You know, what is the vibe on the outside? How can people remember that easily? Brittany says she wants to attend my Instagram class again. Yeah, I should host that one again. I need to host classes. That's like the biggest thing on my to-do list right now. Sorry, I keep looking out the window at my neighbors. IG class. Brittany's referencing this really dope social media class I taught like a year or two ago. And I talked about like a way that you can set up your Instagram to kind of set it and forget it. So if you cannot maintain an online presence, then how do you set one up that is going to at least pass the test if someone tries to look you up? Doing your digital positioning right, it's such a gift, because it's not just about like, oh, can they Google me? Like, it's also about the people who like get a referral and then they look you up real quick, and you know, the decision they make from there. I had one client do a referral, and the person she referred to me took one look at my Instagram, and in 5 minutes she was in for a 20K sale. 5 minutes. So she wasn't being nurtured by my content. She, you know, we didn't even have a conversation yet. I guess actually I can't remember if she, yeah, I think she was in before we even did the sales call. So it was literally just how my brand was positioned online. She could make her decision based on what she saw, what she read, what she felt, and what I presented. Melina emphasized when I said, we only have a few seconds to capture attention. And actually Google did a study and it says you have 7 seconds. Yeah, I remember when I learned it was about, you have a 5 to 7 second window. So like when I design websites for clients, every fold of that website, a fold, by the way, is like what you see on the screen before you scroll, and then there's like the next section. It's like a section basically. So for every section of the website, I'm asking myself, did we just buy 5 to 7 more seconds of time? Did we just buy more attention? Did we just earn more attention? So fold 1, section 1, you need to have a fucking killer headline and a great photo or some kind of imagery. And it needs to be so good that you've bought 7 seconds of time. And then when they scroll down to that next section, what is going to buy that next 7 seconds of time? When they open your Instagram account, does your grid buy you 7 more seconds of time? And in that 7 seconds, can they tell who you are, what you do, and who you do it for? When I design Instagram grids for my clients, every 9 squares, it used to be 12 and now it's like 6 because they changed the size. But whatever, when someone opens the phone and sees that grid, every 6 to 9 squares needs to convey the right information. Who are you? What do you do? And who do you do it for?